Okay, boys and girls, for reading groups today, in the hallway with the parent, you are going to be reading a non-fiction passage on Helen Keller to go with the video that we watched yesterday, so you already have a little background knowledge on her. You're going to be reading this passage together as a group, and then on the second page with the parent, you are going to work together on pulling out some information, things like when she was born, when she passed away, interesting facts that you learned about her, and then also what are some contributions that she made to our world, or what are some of her achievements, all right? When you come in, you can place those in your mailbox on the way in so that you can take those home today. For seat work, you are going to finish your early bird. We had a rainy day this morning, so we didn't get very far on the early bird, so we're going to finish that first. Practice book page 90 is syllables. You are going to be taking the spelling words on this page and dividing them into syllables. And then at the bottom of the page for part B, you are going to be putting together word parts to create your spelling words. On page 292, contractions. What is a contraction? Who knows what a contraction is? Yes. Okay, two words that you're going to squish together to make one word. You're going to use apostrophes to take the place of letters. All right, there are samples at the top of the page. Please be sure to read the directions. And then down below, you are reading a sentence that has two words underlined. Those two words can be squished together to make a contraction. You need to write the contraction and then rewrite the entire sentence with that contraction in it. And then lastly, page 296 is making inferences. Inferences is using information that you already have in the passage that you're reading to figure out what's going on, okay? So, for instance, if I ran outside at recess as soon as that bell rang, but I came back with my knees all skinned up, you guys could use inference to figure out that must mean I probably fell down, tripped on my way out and skinned up my knees, okay? So you are going to read these passages and then answer the questions about what probably happened in that passage, okay? Extra math will be on the computers for you to do as we're going. Please wait to be called so that you know when it's your turn. And then when you come to me at the back table, we are going to be reading some leveled books by reading group, and you don't need to bring anything with you when you come to the back. Are there any questions? All right, let's get going.
This is yours.
All right, group 4. We are going to be reading Pip the Penguin. And if you would please open up to page 2. And let's begin reading over here.
Chapter 1, Pip the Chick. Pip, the emperor of penguins, started life as an egg. His mother, Peggy, laid the egg just before she went away. It was a beautiful white egg. She was proud of it. All the females left together. They were traveling across the ice to find food. They walked toward the sea under the stormy sky. Isn't this fun? They giggled.
Do any of you know anything about emperor penguins? What do you know already?
Tallest penguin.
Tallest penguin.
Yeah. They actually stay with the egg and like the small
Okay,
and like the baby penguin.
Let's see what else we can learn about these emperor penguins. Rohan, will you start at the top, please?
Pip's father, Philip, watched as the females left. He balanced Peggy's egg on his feet to keep it warm. His father's feathers fluttered as the wind blew across.
Okay, boys and girls, what is a female? It says female in here a couple times. What's female?
Basically a grown-up girl.
Okay, and what is a male?
Grown-up boy.
Okay.
Yep.
Now, does it have to be grown-up?
No.
No. Females are girls, and males are boys. So when they're using those words in here, it helps to understand the story a little better, doesn't it?
Just before Peggy came to fish, Pip was hungry, and his mom fed him some fish.
It quickly vanished down his throat. "This is your mother, Pip," said Philip. "You, we're emperor penguins." "Oh," sighed Pip with surprise. "Does that mean we live in a great big castle? Will we travel around in a golden coach?" "No, Pip," answered his mother. "We live out here on the snowfield, just like all other emperor penguins."
Boys and girls, will you turn back to page 3?
Yes,
And let's look at it together real quick. It says, Pip's father, Philip, watched as the females left. He balanced Peggy's egg on his feet to keep it warm. His feathers fluttered as the wind blew across the Antarctic ice and snow. All of the other fathers in the colony had an egg to look after, too. They knew it was an important job. Can you figure out, why do you think the father penguins stay behind as the mothers go to the sea? What do you think is happening? Why do you think they're doing that? What do you think?
Because they're taking turns.
Taking turns doing what?
Going out to fish for fish.
Yeah, right? And then what is the parent that stays back doing?
The father.
What is he doing?
He's putting the egg below his feet so it stays warm.
Yeah, he's keeping that egg warm, and then they're taking turns going out to gather food. Good job. Okay, group 1. We are going to be reading The Happy Hermit Crab. And you can see up here in the corner, it's a fantasy story. So can we please open up to page 2? And I will have you start reading. Will you please read the title of the chapter, and then you may read the first page.
Baby hermit crab. My name is Hermit. My mother was a hermit crab. She put her eggs on the rocks next to the sea.
Can you guys all see where the eggs are in the picture?
Yeah.
Put your finger on the eggs if you can find them in the picture.
It's overflowing.
Yeah, there's a lot of them, aren't there? Okay, will you please read at the top of page 3? Yes.
After I was born, I went into the ocean. Then I met my friend Hermit.
My friend Harriet. Can you tell maybe who the 2 friends are in that picture? I know there's a lot of hermit crabs, but can you see maybe who the 2 friends are that we're talking about?
Yeah.
Put your finger where you think. I think maybe it's these 2. You guys agree?
Yeah,
You guys think the same thing?
Yes.
We've got a whole bunch over here, but maybe the story is going to be about these 2 right here.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Because on the next page it shows you.
Okay, let's turn the page.
Wait, but who's the hermit crab guy?
Well, let's see.
The men.
It looks like all of these are hermit crabs. And
Which one's
I
Hermit?
think this one's Hermie, and I believe this is Harriet, his friend. Okay? Sebastian, will you start at the top of page 4 for us, please? Hermie.
With my friend.
Harriet. Good. So tell me, look back at page 4 that we just read. What does molted mean? Raise your hand.
Well, like
If you raise your hand if you can tell on page 4 what it means to molt. Sebastian just read it for us.
Their first skin comes off and then they get new skin.
Yeah. So for them it's kind of like their shells, because they can't grow like we can. They don't have bones inside their body. Their bones are on the outside. And so as they grow, that outside gets tight, so they have to shed it. It comes off and they grow a new outer shell. Okay, group 2, we are going to be reading together a story called The Little Bat. And can I please, we're going to start on this side this time. And will we open to page 2 if you're not there, please? And let's start by reading the title of the chapter.
testing time.
Teasing time. Something a little different than testing, huh? Okay, get started.
Little bat hung from the cave roof. The birds think I am so, he said. Mother bat peered at her son. Why, she asked.
Who noticed a vocabulary word in there? What's the vocab word?
Peered.
Peered. Who remembers what it means? What does peered mean?
Take a look.
Look close.
Yeah, to look closely. Good.
Okay.
Okay, will you start on the top of the next page?
Little bat thought about the bird.
Okay, go ahead and turn the page and you can read the next page as well.
The birds were mean to him. They said he had big ears. He did not fly in the daytime. He did not have
Feathered.
red wings or a great beak.
Turn to page 14. On this page, can you tell me why was Little Bat able to save the birds? Look at this page. Reread those 2 sentences on the page if you need to. Then tell me why was Little Bat able to save the birds? Chance?
He has night vision, but the birds can't see.
Yeah. He says on that page, "Follow me," he chirped loudly, and he led them to safety because we learned earlier in the story that what did Mom say would happen to the birds at night?
They'd break their beaks.
Because why?
Because they can't see. They
Yeah,
run
they would-
into stuff.
Yeah, they would run into stuff. Good.